I've lived in Ohio most of my life, pretty much all but about 2 years of my life. In Thailand, the first thing I realized the first time I went to Thailand was that, yeah, you'd think I would have thought this anyway, but I just kind of thought the US dollar could sort of be used in a way anywhere, and obviously that's wrong. So when you get to Thailand, the first thing you want to do, right in the airport, there's a cash exchange. You want to go to that cash exchange and get your US dollars in baht. Because, yeah, there are almost no places that will take a US dollar, to buy something. The next thing I noticed in Thailand was it didn't seem to matter how rich or how poor anyone was. Pretty much everyone wore clothes that had no stains, no little holes, no tears in them. Now, I'm not talking about, way out in Isan, where people are basically never leaving their farms and stuff, because they're actually a little bit more like Ohioans, at least the ones I know. But I spent most of my time in Thailand in Bangkok. So, my views may be a little bit off kilter, Chiang Mai is a tourist area. Chiang Rai still has quite a few English-speaking people in it. But from what I saw in the areas that I was in, even what I would consider poor people dressed in nice clothes. They were always nice and clean, no stains. When I first went to Thailand, I just took my best clothes with me. My Sunday clothes, as I would call them. And I realized that I looked down-dressed compared to everybody else. I ended up buying all new clothes that first trip over, because I felt cruddy compared to everyone else. That was the second thing I noticed. After that, I learned that people in Thailand, they don't get all perfumed up like we do. Their cologne, their aftershave, their perfume is much less potent than ours is. And even at that, they'll use less of it. It was the same way with underarm deodorant. I always liked Old Spice. I think it's called Bear Claw or something like that. different, you know, fragrances and stuff. I always really liked them. But over in Thailand, man, you smell way too strong for them wearing stuff like that. So, yeah, when I go to Thailand, I just buy their products because we don't have anything that I know of that is toned down enough to fit in over there. You're just gonna smell like you dumped a whole bottle of perfume all over you to them. Soap is the same way. It's another difference. I don't know if maybe it was just the girl I was with, because I have not been back to Thailand since my girlfriend died. The only reason I ever started going to Thailand was because of her. What I didn't realize was I was falling in love. I was falling in love with Thailand. Yeah. So maybe my opinions are a little bit skewed or one-sided or whatever, but I know when I went to Thailand, we took a shower, a minimum 4 showers a day. We were always showering. Now, they would be the shortest showers you ever took, you know. I mean, we're talking 3 or 4 minute showers at most, I'd say. I mean, they were really short. But you'd take that soap that hardly had any smell and rub it all over you. And jump in and jump out. It was more like just trying to cool down than get really clean. As far as I know, everybody in Chiang Mai and Bangkok, pretty much everybody did that. I had days in Bangkok where the temperature averaged 113 degrees and the humidity was up in the 90s. What we would do in Bangkok, of course, you know, we'd have a little love making in the morning, and then we'd shower, and then we'd go out and get breakfast, come back, eat, shower. Then we'd go out and find something else to eat. Maybe, you know, you'd fool around a lot. I mean, you know, but a lot of walking, just looking for places to go to eat. Wasn't like a hard venture. I mean, there's places everywhere from early in the morning till late at night. There's street side cafes and vendors, sidewalk vendors, restaurants, everywhere. I mean, food is such a big deal in Thailand. Hey, Sandy asked me about what I was using to cook on yesterday. It was this. This is called a Korean barbecue pot, or a Korean cooking pot. And that's all it is. Little protector, fruit table, and tiny little pot shaped like that. And then there's your top surface. It slips down in there, and then you can turn it, you know, to adjust your airflow for how hot or cold you want it to be. Or not cold, but, you know, warm to hot, you know. And works pretty nice. But that's obviously for personal use. As a matter of fact, if I cook something like I did yesterday on this, I'll have to do it twice usually, because that's not enough for a carnivore, you know. But on the other hand, this is known as a Korean barbecue pot. This is just your top surface for what I'm not even exactly sure what's called this way, but I call it a Thai. barbecue is what I call it. But in Thailand, you'd still have something like this, only it would be made out of clay, and normally made out of clay, and almost looks like a burning, something you'd burn trash in Thailand. But and sometimes they do. But this sits on top of that tray, and that tray has the air holes in it. It's different, a little bit different, and this sits on top. Now I use this with a round grill, one of those tabletop grills that you buy real cheap at the Dollar General or wherever, and this sits on top of that, and then you put your meat here, and Ratchney One used to cook a lot of what she called pork steak, which that's basically what it was, like a pork steak. And she'd cook that on this, and of course then your grease and stuff would drip down into this part, and nothing goes to waste. Down in this part, that's where you put your veggies, like maybe spring onions, whatever it is that you want to have with your meal. You set it down in this part, and that way the grease drips down in, it takes up that grease. You kind of push it around in there a little bit while you're cooking, and it heats it up nice and hot. Fries it, and then you get all your use. That's one of the ways that you cook in Thailand and make things taste so good, is even your veggies and stuff is just covered in meat grease, I mean, if you're gonna have to eat veggies, you want them to taste like veggies? No, you want them to taste like meat. Okay, so anyways, that's what this is. And I don't even remember, it's been so long ago that I bought this, I don't even remember what they called it on the internet. I found it on the internet, and I remember I had to search, and it actually took me searching for probably 3 or 4 days before I finally found it. I call it a Thai barbecue. The Korean one doesn't have a flat part. It all slopes down. It's got a little bit of a trough in there, but it's not really a flat part. I don't know. I'm no expert in it. That's what I've been able to figure out so far. I have heard this called a Chinese barbecue. Maybe that's what it is, I don't know. But back before I became carnivore, I loved this thing. I did. I always took spring onions, green onions, put green onions down here. It was good. As far as vegetables can go, it was good. I don't want to talk too much about it, but as far as carnivore goes, everybody is different. Michaela Peterson has to stay very strict. Some people do, some people don't. I don't have to be that strict. I basically have to just go without carbs. As close as I can go without any quick carbs. The slow carbs are vegetables. Vegetables are slow carbs. As long as they're not starchy vegetables, then I can eat vegetables. I just don't really like vegetables. But if you're going to eat vegetables, yeah, this is the way to cook them. Because they taste more like the meat. I mean, you can't make a vegetable taste any better than tasting like the steak you're eating. But it's got slits in it, and there's raised areas around the slits, so the smoke goes up and gets into your meat, and then the grease stays in the pan, so it can be used for flavoring your vegetables or whatever. Another big difference is the seafood, fish kind of food is everywhere in Thailand. Here in Ohio, we have a thing called the Ohio EPA, and several years ago, it must have been 20 years ago, I don't know, it's been a long time, they said that our fish was not safe to eat because of different chemicals or something found in the fish, and they shut down a whole bunch of family-run seafood type restaurants along the Ohio River and everything. I mean, like there was this town, Marietta, a place I love to go to, but it used to just be littered with them, you know, along the river there. And they all got shut down because the EPA said that wasn't safe. Can't sell that fish. Can't have people eating that fish. It was 9.5 years later. May as well say 10 years later. They come out and said, "Whoops, we're sorry, we were wrong." Well, at that rate, by then, all the families had lost their income from their businesses, had moved to some other state where they could keep working, or most of them found other work in the area. Yeah, 10 years later, most of them didn't have the money or the will to try to start all over again. So you don't see any of that in Ohio. It's been ruined, completely ruined. To this day, our seafood is all pretty much either you catch it yourself or else it's been frozen and it just kind of sucks. You go to Thailand and you wouldn't even believe the difference of what it tastes like. Over in Chiang Rai, they have restaurants that are like sidewalk vendors, but on bridges over rivers, and you can go there, order the fish you want, and they will go out there and catch it, and you can watch them do it. You can watch them catch your fish, take it up onto the sidewalk where they've got, you know, cookery stuff, and they'll cook it for you and serve it to you right there. It takes a few minutes, but I mean, it may take a half an hour, but I'll tell you what, it's worth the wait. I mean to tell you, you would not even believe how good fresh fish is, unless you go fishing and you've done it yourself. But in Ohio, we are so bad about it that we'll catch fish and throw them in the freezer because we're just used to that frozen crappy fish. Drivers in Thailand, there is so much less road rage. Now, there's going to be road rage anywhere you've got roads and motorized vehicles. That's just how it is. But it's so much less in Thailand. 9 times out of 10, you look in the other cars and you'll see people just driving along smiling. You know, they're 9 times out of 10 in Ohio, you look in the other cars, you'll see mad people, angry people. You'll even see them pointing and flipping you off, and or flipping other people off and cussing up a storm and everything. It's like you get in the car and you're instantly PO'd. And you're PO'd until you finally get back out of the car. In Thailand, they get in the car and start smiling. And I don't know if they're putting on an act, but if they are darn good at it. Because it just seems like very few of them get mad when they're driving, you know. They get cut off, they just slam on the brakes, smile and wave. I have another admission to make. I think I love making videos. I think I like making videos almost as much as I like making music. I really do. I like it. I'm not an expert. I'm definitely not an expert. I probably never will be. But I really enjoy it. I think I like making videos even more than music. I think I do. I think that's why I have still not worked on my studio project in there. It's been 3 days that I said I was going to do it, and I have not done it. And I think it's mainly because I'm actually enjoying doing the videos more than the music. Can you believe that? Maybe it's just from getting to be an old guy or something. I don't know. I guess we all change. But yeah, it's the videos I think I enjoy the most. Man, I wish I could figure out how to make money doing videos. Could I be a video star? You know, video killed the radio star. The word today will be skillet. The key comment word today is skillet. Hey, and everybody that's watching, I don't know where you're all from. Tell me where you're from, if you would. Whoever's watching, just drop me a line. Tell me where you're from. And I don't know. Maybe there's some people from Chiang Rai. I don't know. But yeah. Don't forget to subscribe and tell all your friends there's a real sexy rock star that wants to become a video star. Help him out. Alright, well, thank you very much, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Don't forget, after tomorrow, the videos will start happening Tuesday at 4 p.m. I may do more, but that's the one I'm promising. I'm going to put it that way. I'm promising Tuesdays at 4 p.m. Eastern, which is, I believe, 9 p.m. Greenwich. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.